You're listening to Brigade Radio 1.
Welcome to the Antisocial Show.
They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming to get you.
And here's your hosts, Block and Tyson Sater.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another haunted October special, Halloween special of Antisocial Show. I am Hunter Block, and he's
Tyson Saner.
How are we doing, Tyson?
I'm doing okay. Oddly, you just froze a little bit, but you're back again, so that's all right.
Yeah, we don't need any of that from like last week.
Well, last week we started off using Skype, and that was part of the problem, I think. It just was too much for it to handle. But you know, so last time we were here, we were looking at AI art.
Yes.
I thought it might be fun to do more of that. Did you have any AI art moments that stood out from the previous episode?
I got it right here. I got it right, Schmear. So the one that really stood out to me for whatever reason, more so than the others, was the one I had the one that you sent me.
Okay. All right. So let's see that one. I believe I can find that again for you.
And they all stood out in their own unique ways. Very dark, twisted AI art.
Well, I mean, it is what it's trying to give you what you indicate you want. There we go. It's that one.
Yes, that one.
So that one, for people who didn't watch the previous episode, is from a series of photos that are called Michael Myers in Fritz Lang's Metropolis. So I did it. What? Yeah.
Oh no, I was just that name of that movie, that Fritz Lang Metropolis.
Yeah, a lot of people say Fritz Lang. I think it's supposed to be Fritz Lang, so I say Fritz Lang, but it's Lang. But that's the director of a classic film called Metropolis, and it's from a very long time ago. And you know what? I didn't research it within the last week, so let's see. Hey, Google, when did Fritz Lang's Metropolis come out?
The United States of America, Metropolis was released on March 13th, 1927.
Okay, so long time ago. A very long time ago.
Oh, it's a silent film as well.
Yeah.
So for anyone interested, it's actually on Amazon for to rent the movies $2.99, to buy the movies $14.99 if anybody is interested.
Here's an image from it. I don't know if we can see that very well. I'm going the wrong way.
Pull it back some.
Up, there we go. Nope, that's not going to... Oh, it's also blurring too. That's okay. Yes. People will be somewhat familiar with Fritz Lang's Metropolis. It is film history, after all. And why else would they come to us except not for film history? I really could not articulate that very well, but I did try. So we did a bunch. We're doing the classic. Well, it wasn't really the classic. We were doing the late classic film monsters of the slasher era, which, you know, so we're doing Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and I mentioned Hellpriest or Pinhead from Hellraiser, but we never really got to anything from him.
No.
So I'm going to start with those, if that's okay.
That's fine.
So now, also after Fritz Lang's Metropolis, I started putting these characters into... I switched it up. I thought it might be interesting to see what any of these characters looked like in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. Now...
Oh wait, no, that's something completely different.
It's a similar era. It's not that long. It's around the same time period.
Yes. But one is the eight. What is it? The 8 dwarves or whatever the hell they are.
It's Snow White and the 7 dwarves.
Yes.
Specifically, Walt Disney's Snow White and the 7 dwarves.
I was thinking of. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's fine.
No. I was gonna say I was thinking of the 7 dwarfs and Munchkin Land and kind of morphed them together. So yeah, no, that's all I was gonna say.
That makes sense. So yeah, I mean it's a very distinct thing. So now. So what I put in is I the first prompt I tried, and I should probably do more of these at some point in the future, and I probably will, but Only made a few pictures, and this was Douglas Bradley as Pinhead from Hellraiser in the Technicolor parts of The Wizard of Oz. Now, full disclosure, I ran Mike Myers and Freddy Krueger before this experiment, but since we hadn't seen anything from Pinhead, I decided to show these to you first, since there's just so few of them. And you notice that I said specifically the Technicolor parts of The Wizard of Oz, and that's for a reason that I'll explain later. But so let's show you what we got here. Here's the first one.
Is that as if he was some type of scarecrow, perhaps?
I don't know. It's oddly fleshy.
Yes.
There's no head, which is kind of I don't know why there's no head, but I'll tell you that one of these other photos might go with it and further on down the line. So that's the first one. Anything to say? Anything that's
it's bizarre.
It is bizarre. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the next one.
That's badass right there, man.
It's cool looking, but it doesn't seem to really have anything to do with the Wizard of Oz, like at all.
No, it really doesn't.
Or Technicolor.
No,
it's not in Technicolor. It's not Wizard of Oz, but it is interesting looking. All right.
Absolutely.
Now this one.
Oh my god! It's almost like he has like his eyes are yellow. He's wearing lipstick. He has like flesh toned regular people ears.
Oh yeah.
And there's no visible pins on his face, and on his head, that's where all the pins seem to be, like the nails anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be disproportionate and just ridiculously big. Still funny though.
I'm also seeing what looks like might be barbed wire eyelashes. Or,
oh yeah.
Or at least enough to where they're quite pointy. The more I go in on them, the more I'm not sure that they're barbed wire, but they are pointy looking. So that's also pretty unique. And again, I mentioned this from last time in the thing. I really like how they separate the foreground and background elements in these to make them really look like kind of photographs or something, you know?
Yes.
What's this one?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Sorry.
Definitely not Wizard of Oz, my dude.
I mean, no. Also, what is that? Is that a hat? Is that the
Looks like a hat.
Top of a microphone? I'm not sure what that is.
No, it could be the top of his head.
And then this interesting ribbed sort of pattern going down, like this is a spine and rib cage, or the suggestion of it. And also,
he's wearing it.
No pins. Also, by the way.
Nope. And he's wearing an open white pirate shirt.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the prompt might have been a little bit confusing for the AI, but it did yield interesting results. I mean, it's never not interesting.
Oh my god! And look at his face, the way his mouth. It's like that gaze. Oh, and it looks like he has no eyes either.
Oh yeah, it's very Event Horizon.
Hollowed out. It is very Event Horizon.
And then finally, this one. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
If you take the red pill.
Yeah, that's exactly Lawrence Fishburne.
It is vaguely Lawrence Fishburne from The Matrix, and also this could be, I think, the top of that.
Yes,
maybe. There's nothing around that would indicate there's any kind of jacket there, but like if one took the time to Photoshop it, they could probably get this head. The other thing is they'd have to finish the top of the head too, because that's literally where it stops. So, now in any one of these photos, I could put back in with the number that it gives me, the seed, I think, and then like I could isolate the head, move it around in the frame, make it smaller or bigger, and try to create additional pictures theoretically off of that. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but like I guess it's just a lot of experimenting that needs to be done. So anyway, I moved on to Douglas Bradley as Pinhead from Hellraiser in The Wizard of Oz, Psychedelic. Now, Psychedelic is going to make a reappearance. So, like...
Right.
Here's the first one.
Kind of primitive graphic art.
Sure, sort of. Yeah. I mean, it's got kind of like a... It's not Edmund Gorey. It's got a... There's this etching kind of... Or maybe it is. I don't know who did the art for the... It's not Masterpiece Theater. It's like PBS Mystery Murder Theater or something. I can't remember. But there's this very kind of like line drawn sort of look to it.
Yes. It's almost like you'd walk into like an old cave and it's like a cave. It just reminds me of a cave drawing.
Okay.
A little bit more complex than a regular, obviously, than your normal cave drawings, but it's cool though.
Okay. All right. Next one.
All right. Kind of like medieval thing going on here.
Yeah. What's going on with
going on with the Christmas bulb heads?
Yeah, I was like these little lights. I don't know. Also, I like that the top of the head is extending beyond the frame of whatever this is, almost like it's standing in front of a window.
He looks like the Tin Man and one of the cone heads got together, and that's the offspring.
I mean, that's the best I could do if that's about that. Yeah. Huh. Oh, there's one chilling in the background too, so that's kind of cool. It almost takes the focus off these hot dogs coming out of it.
Yes, it's Mr. Hot Dog Head.
Oh, or little fingers or carrot. I'm not sure what's going on there, but
that looks like his teeth.
Oh,
his bottom teeth right there.
Oh yeah, it looks kind of like he's going.
Yeah.
See, for a second I was seeing that his lips, and then with like lines drawn onto the lips, but it's hard to say.
It is hard. Yeah, that's hysterical.
Colin Mockery is Pinhead. All right, and let's see. There's this one. This is like Porky Pinhead.
Yeah.
Going up like that, and just slightly out of the neck too. Like this guy's got to be tough on shirts.
It looks like a 1950s sci-fi horror film.
And also this vaguely like corn kernel kind of like.
Yeah, it's got that effect going on.
Something. The eyes are surprisingly effective.
Yes.
But like, the description though, Douglas Bradley as Pinhead from Hellraiser it's a long ass set of prompts. Anyway, psychedelic. And then the last one here is kind of interesting take on it.
Medieval.
Kind of like a smokestack or a mace or one of those sticks with the big piece of metal and the spikes that go out to the side kind of things. I don't know what those are called. Flails, whatever.
I can see that.
Yeah. This is like Negan from The Walking Dead as a Cenobite.
I was thinking it has more Mortal Kombat-ish.
Sure. But like, isn't Negan's thing like a spiked bat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Lucille.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Now again, I've only ever seen part of the first episode of Walking Dead. I've not seen the entire thing. So those are the Douglas Bradley from Pinraiser. From Pinraiser.
Pinraiser.
Yeah. So I was doing some of the generations, and I decided to take a detour with the Wizard of Oz, as I was saying before, and I got Hugh Jackman as Logan in the Technicolor parts of Wizard of Oz.
Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman. So that's one of the ones I got.
It looks like he's by some strange creature.
It does. There is something going on here, also it's not fully attached. Whatever this is, like it's not like I don't know, or unless it's a tail coming straight out of the back, and it's we can't tell, but it looks like it was supposed to be an ear or something. But the color tones actually are better in this. They're actually taking a person and they're seeming to understand the visual language a bit better. Is the way I interpret what I'm looking at. There's this one.
Looks like he's getting
something.
He's all happy about it.
Well, I mean,
like he was like, he's like, can't even say he was like the Tin Man, because obviously, he's.
What is this?
It looks like his hand of some kind.
Oh yeah.
That's a stereo.
Here he is as Hrithik Roshan. Now, yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. Wizard of Oz, hard to say. It's,
Yeah, definitely not Wizard of Oz.
is this one. As a bright golden haze on the meadow, which is, he was in Oklahoma. And, it's not particularly Logan. It's,
No.
This is probably one of the better ones, even though it's not really Logan. It's much more Wizard of Oz. Yeah? Like, the outfit is very Wizard of Oz kind of thing.
But nothing like in the background to really indicate Wizard of Oz, though.
No, maybe the clouds. It's hard to say, but that's not, So then I did Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, to see if it would make a difference to specify Wolverine. Maybe Logan was a little bit too abstract, like it doesn't know what the film Logan is, or what makes it separate from whatever. So it started me off with this one.
Interesting eyes.
Very interesting, yeah. There's like blue and yellow. I was I'm looking at it and I'm thinking blue and yellow, and I'm like, well, if I zoom in on it, I'll have more to say than blue and yellow. And I was wrong. They're pretty much blue and yellow. Speaking of blue and yellow, it's got the blue pants. It's got yellow. It's getting a little bit closer to actual classic Wolverine, which is, notice the hair. There's a little bit of the Wolverine horns or whatever the hell that's supposed to be on the sides of his head. It's kind of going on. The Wolverine look. And the hair. Is
he wolfing out?
I guess so. Meanwhile, that's a lot. There's a big ass knife coming from there. And then a couple of little ones, like they're coming from like metal crabs or something.
With prongs.
With prongs, yeah. 2 prongs. Like you put like corn on the cob. Like one of each of those on the side. All right. Oh, well, that's still, it's Wolverine. It's got a single double, unless that's a shadow thing going on there. Puffy sleeves.
Looks like a knight.
Yeah. And then this one.
Now he just looks like he's kind of like a psycho.
Yeah.
Got his sword the wrong way in his holster.
Yeah. I don't know. There's like no arm.
That sword looks like it's melting.
It does. And this is like coming out of the hip for some reason or something. And then like, I don't know what's down at the bottom here. There's like, it looks like there might be shoes it's probably the letter M or something and some writing here. I assume it's writing. It's hard to tell. There's like once, like I was doing a whole generation of like Salvador Dali type stuff. And then like, there were certain things that became squiggles and indistinct, very, Dali-esque. And we never got into the Dali stuff. So those were the Hugh Jackman, that's the Hugh Jackman detour through the Land of Oz. So I guess we could probably go with Freddy Krueger in the Land of Oz if you'd like to see that.
Sure.
So we started off with Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz. That was the prompt that I started with. So I didn't specify Technicolor. So I got results like this. So that's Freddy Krueger in the 1939.
Made of wood.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz. It's very specifically these things. And I got, I get these images like 5 at a time. I don't go once and go, oops, that's not what I want. I like to see what it'll come up with if given the chance to give it like 5, sometimes 9 at a time. Like I was doing 9, but I thought 5 is better because it's better than 4 because it's like 1 better than 4. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's like kind of like gambling, I guess. But interesting. Okay, next one.
Yes.
All right.
What the?
That's a rather dandy, sort of jaunty kind of Freddy Krueger type thing. Maybe.
Like his hat, kind of like the hat's going sideways, like
yes. I believe that's a sconce. The hat is a sconce. It's not the type of hat. That's the having the hat a little, like a beret is it's a flat, a sconce. Or like
looks like he's got long hair and
Sure. Yeah, that's like a very kind of puckish sort of Freddy Krueger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Much
I
less.
don't even know how to describe that.
Well, I was talking with my dad about this, about how Freddy Krueger's face is different than Jason
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, because like Michael Myers has very little features on his face. He's got his, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and then he's got like it's very stark color here, and then there's like maybe hair, and then like Jason is blank, even more featureless, no discernible actual nose, just a bump, empty eye sockets, and then like it couldn't figure out where to put the holes, it seemed.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes they're in the shape of a smile, sometimes it's in the shape of a heart, sometimes it's it's chaotic, but it's weird. So this almost looks like he's wearing a skin mask.
Yeah, it really does.
With
like that part's peeling off.
Yeah, like there are
And
lines.
Yes, but you see, kind of like down by his jaw.
Mm-hmm. Like it's coming through there.
Yep, that's like his real skin, and then all that around it is just, or even around his eye, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
It looks just like a mask, like a clay mask to me for some reason.
Like a clay mask, I would agree with that. It's pretty clayish, yeah. Okay, so the next one.
That's definitely somebody's nightmare.
It is. Now I can't tell if he's got, are those really small eyes on the top of big cheeks, or are those like eyes? Oh yeah, I guess they are. They're small eyes on the top of big cheekbones. But this is like, I don't know what this art style is, but he's got the striped shirt. They seem to, they're finding more ways to put the striped shirt in the stuff. That was like a consistent detail. They didn't really do knife hands, but they are doing claw-like fingers. So
they're trying to anyway.
They are trying to, yeah. And then the final one in black and white here is
looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Sure.
Wearing a top hat. And, some type of Barrowman Bailey's circus outfit.
Yes.
But definitely cool, though.
That is an interesting look. All right. So
Looked
then
very happy.
He did look very happy. So then I added the caveat, Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street in the 1939 movie Wizard of Oz in Technicolor to see if it would differentiate it. And that's when I officially started using in Technicolor as a tag as I was doing my searches through things. So I'm not taking you on an exact journey of how I got where I got from complete A to Z. It's moving around a little bit, but there are sequences of events that generated in the order that I'm showing them to you. So these next ones came after those first ones, Freddy wise. So that's the first one.
Wearing a checkered shirt, it looks like.
Yeah. And it's just like part of their face there. It's vaguely clay, vaguely like Rankin Bass, maybe.
Cowboy Freddy.
Yeah. But for some reason, they decided not to put him in full frame. So who knows? All right. Okay.
Interesting.
That's a much friendlier looking Freddy, I guess, maybe.
A little bit.
The hat is puzzling. Well, I'll just...
Like a pimp hat.
Sure. It's like stripes. It also kind of looks like a layer cake without frosting. Up here it does. And then this one over here, I don't know. That's going out to the side. Well, now we're starting...
It looks like No, it looks like the Mad Hatter. No.
Much less Freddy.
Yeah, not so much Freddy Krueger anymore.
We're starting to get into like, I don't know what well, okay, but if
Amish,
if it's gone away, I think from the actual scary or the terrifying, Freddy that's more ghoulish, say, then it starts going back towards that almost immediately. So there's this one here.
Oh God, that's creepy.
It's like, why are there two of them? But they're like this opposites going on, because there's like the black and red here and the red and white there, and also, oh God, I just realized that this person's body is part of their face or something, and this definitely looks more like a shirt.
That looks very psychotic.
it's pretty cool. And then, ooh, ooh, this guy looks a little bit more like a rough customer.
He does. He looks like he's trying to hypnotize you too with his glowing eyes. No, it looks like it.
Oh,
Look
okay.
into my dead lights. Hiya, Georgie. I got a balloon. You want a balloon? Blew the whole circus away.
Some point I'll have to show you some of the Tim Curry ones I got. Because it recognizes some people. So, and it sort of, it's not that it recognizes them. I guess they're just more photo references available for some people than others, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Like
that's still friggin' hysterical though.
Yeah. There we go. This one's got a friend, I think.
Some type of weird alien creature.
Guess.
Now, see, that looks like more of a like a pilgrim hat.
Yeah, and it's like we're going back further in time too.
Almost looks like it almost looks like a Thanksgiving version of Freddy Krueger.
Sure. Thanksgiving. Well, that's interesting because, Wizard of Oz was shown every year on Thanksgiving for many, many years on television.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's an odd choice for a...
Yeah, there's a whole story about why that's the case. Maybe it's not a whole story. It's a partial story, and it was on some of the extras, like maybe the Criterion Collection. I don't know. There's been so many editions of it's on one of the Blu-ray editions of Wizard of Oz from 1931.
Oh my God.
Huh?
It's like, come at me, bro. Come at me.
I like his hat.
Yeah, he's got like a poltergeist Reverend Kane hat, kind of hat thing going on, and he looks like he looks like a probably a song and dance man that is not afraid to wail on you if you make him upset.
All right, here's one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on outside there, if that is outside or if those are mirrors, or I don't know what that is. And also these kind of look like hands, but they also kind of look like
a weird cactus.
Yeah, like foliage of some sort. Meanwhile, his eyes are really big there for some reason.
Yes.
It's pretty funny. And then we got this one. This guy's about to shave somebody, it looks like.
It looks like the Clockwork Orange version of Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
All
and he looks very British.
And then the final one in this set, the specific set, is this one. I think that's pretty good. That's it's almost like old storybook style Hansel and Gretel witch, if it were Freddy Krueger.
Without the burnt face.
Well, yeah, his face is still there's still something going on. But he's not horribly scarred.
Nope.
And also his hat is not that the same style, but this is a pretty interesting look. Like I could see this being something like a colorized silent film, sort of. That's the aesthetic it seems to have.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, before we go to the next part, I'm going to satisfy my thirst with a swig of this stuff. Nope, it's not. It's blurring it.
Yes, it is.
This is Smirnoff Ice, spicy tamarind flavor.
Interesting.
Yeah. I did a tasting video of it a couple days ago. I don't know that it's gone up, but maybe it will have by the time this does. It's pretty short. I'm going to be doing more of those, and I'm just keeping them pretty short and to the point. So, we are in the midst of Freddy Krueger in the movie The Wizard of Oz. So then I changed it to Freddy Krueger in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz in Technicolor. And I got another set of photos. And this is what I got, or photos, not photos. But here's the first one.
A Willy Wonka happy version of Freddy Krueger. or a Mad Hatter.
Okay, I could see that.
But also he's got who's that dude from Taxi?
Oh, Andy Kaufman?
Yes.
Or Judd Hirsch.
No, Andy Kaufman.
Or perhaps Jeff Conway.
No, definitely Andy Kaufman.
Tony Danza?
Nope.
Okay. Danny DeVito.
I want to say, but no.
No, I'm just naming the people whose names I remember from Taxi. I'm sure I'm leaving some out, and I'm so sorry. Hmm.
Well, he looks like he's blind in one eye for one.
Oh, I think he's just looking sideways at somebody. I guess he can. Yeah, if I look closely enough, I kind of thought that this was another part of this, and it looks like he's looking that way. But it's faint. It's kind of there. He's just looking to the side. Also, what is this?
Armor.
Is this armor? Okay.
Looks like armor, yeah.
What's it attached to?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, this must be one of his hands, I guess, or I can't. Wait a minute. Or somebody else's hands. It looks like it's trying to it can't decide what to be. You know what this experiment reminds me of is like. Do you remember John Carpenter's The Thing?
Yes.
So do you remember how when the thing was trying to replicate things, it couldn't get them completely correct sometimes?
Yes.
Like there's that one guy they find in the snow and he hasn't completed the transformation because he's got this weird hand thing. And they,
Yep.
And then later it's like an amalgam of a bunch of different people. So there's something kind of like that, except instead of just using people, they're also using like the films from 1939, The Process of Technicolor. It's like it's this weird sort of chimera of these ideas with certain visual cues, and then it tries to do something with that. Like this. And then sometimes you just get something like this.
Looks like he's been cut across the face and that's blood coming down.
It does. Doesn't look very happy.
No, he does not.
Looks vaguely like Ted Cruz.
Yes, he does.
Oops.
Listen to
what?
Listen to my story about a man named Jed.
Now he well, yeah, he does appear to be blind in one eye. In this case, it does seem to be missing, unless he's just looking really far over that way.
No, he's blind.
Meanwhile, this is sort of Liam Neeson, just a bit.
Oh, yeah, he does.
I am the Wizard of Oz. This is my terrible Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Or is it? There's no, see now, the problem is that so many of these don't have his weapon hand, but they do try and do something. Like there looks like there's something going on here, like a spike of some sort, or maybe something being held, and I think sometimes there's just leftover elements that they don't know what to do with, or the computer doesn't know where to put things, So I think it's probably what that is. And then who knows, some foliage in the background. This face is it's vaguely menacing. What do you think?
Yeah. He looks more happy than anything else.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like he just got off the boat, he's a sailor and he's just happy to be on shore leave.
Just happy to be on shore leave. So
and he's thinking to himself, and what's gonna happen is he's gonna bust into song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, my name is Freddy Krueger, but I'm happy. I'm a happy Freddy Krueger. I'm a happy Freddy Krueger. I'm a happy Krueger.
So that's where I ran out of Freddy Krueger stuff, and then I started experimenting with Michael Myers in The Wizard of Oz. I put in Michael Myers in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz in Technicolor, and I got a run of these. There's about 15 here. That's the first one.
It looks like a woman going on a trip in the 1920s.
Yeah. Also, what is this down here in the bottom? There's like it says wad.
Could be. I want to say it's like luggage of some kind, but
Yeah, there's like this tiny hat sort of thing going on there, and we can't really decide what the face is here. It's like it's somewhere, but the thing is, remember how I said that it kind of understands Mike Myers' face
yes,
on a level that's like more so than like with Freddy, it was having a lot of trouble, I think, trying to navigate what are scars, what aren't, what to do with the skin, and then it starts to become more abstract. But since Michael Myers has such a simple look to its face, it seems to be able to fit into more things in an easier way. And now that I think about it, the Tin Man's face is very kind of like, it is, obviously a more human face, but because of the way the silver, it sort of flattens it, it makes it look, not featureless. It's not what I'm trying to say, but like less texture. It's the like polished texture of metal. So, there's something kind of vaguely, you know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. So then we got this one. Yeah.
Some kind of sinister evil robot.
Come to Kansas, she said. We'll have a good time, she said.
An evil robot.
Evil robot. Something going on with the ears, and then somebody in the background. Not sure what's going on there at all. The lip is vaguely Cowardly Lion.
Mm.
All right. Now, there's going to be a few of these elements. I think this is because there's like multiple images of Jason on movie posters. Usually, there'll be like a big one and some small one, or there'll be something like that. Or on Jason movie posters, there'll be a big and small face. Kind of like a Drew Struzan sort of thing, where it's like big face or two big faces, and then a bunch of little things around the. I don't know what's going on here. This is like something going on with the curtain. Definitely looks like a bunched curtain.
That looks like a lady, though.
It does, yes.
With a hat.
With a hat.
But she looks like a clown, too, at the same time.
Kind of, yeah.
Alrighty, then.
Okay.
Now it's starting to get a little bit as far as like Wizard of Oz, because it does have very Wizard of Oz type elements, like the psychotic looking Wendy.
Wendy.
No, Wendy. I'm thinking of Wendy's.
I mean, it looks more like Wendy than God. Dorothy.
Dorothy, yes.
Surrender, Wendy.
And he looks like he's gonna kill somebody.
As a very cheerful looking
Tin Man.
Tin Man Mike Myers, I guess. See what I was saying though? It's like it's like it's a little more, meanwhile this face is kind of vaguely Mike Myers, Judy Garland,
Yes.
Yeah. This tends to happen where it's like I have this one that's Peter Lorre and it's trying to put Peter Lorre's face on everybody. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. What do you think of that?
That's fantastic.
And I hate to repeat myself like I did in the start, but again, the hair.
Yes.
The hair was an issue, like, because it was always like orange and it was always like in a fringe around, except when it was black and white. It wasn't orange, but,
Yeah, it's very orange.
This is like whose face is that? This is like, I mean, this is literally like, is that more, it's more Tin Man, I guess. There's something vaguely Mike Myers and it has to do with the hair. Oh.
Alrighty then.
Mm.
I'm a Shakespearean actor who plays Mike Myers.
And like vague kind of like almost Princess Leia buns on the side there.
Yes.
And then this makes it look like the old Power Rangers show. Like a big monkey face monster or something,
Yep.
I should do
it's Morphin' Time.
What was that? Oh, it's Morphin' Time, yeah. Ooh.
He's got like a Jestro from Cobra's type thing going on here.
Oh yeah, check out like I guess it's sort of like lights in the eyes.
It looks like the Mike Myers Tin Man Bruce Willis.
It does. Yes, unfortunately, it does. It does. This one looks more like Bruce Willis than the earlier one. The earlier one looks kind of like Peter Stormare. Hmm. Hmm. hmm.
I don't even know what to make of that.
These ones look more friendly, I think, than the ones that we've been seeing.
Yes.
I really don't know how else to put that. Hmm.
All right.
Well,
all
even
right.
even Dorothy is like, hey, what? Like, something's not right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's like, what is this? Is this a witch? Is this a lion? Is this what the hell is this? It's like part lion, part scarecrow, maybe.
Part witch.
Yeah, and then but I mean, this is so puzzling. This sort of like painted jumpsuit look here with the bandana.
Yes.
And like the Bob's Big Boy or sort of hair, I guess.
Like the hair has been kind of like teased up with hairspray and,
It was also vaguely in the shape of the Tin Man's hat.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now we're into like Fritz Lang's The Wizard of Oz, 1939's The Wizard of Oz in color, but more also like it's sepia tone. This one is actually pretty cool looking. There's something really sinister, like this person's about to look up. Like they're like, I'm about to go. Yeah.
He's got the part going on in his orange hair again.
It's an interesting touch.
But definitely he's definitely got a sinister quality to him.
Mm-hmm.
Evil eye. Okay, that's just psychotic.
Well,
Looks like he's holding a bucket with a head in there.
Yeah, that's very much what it looks like.
And whatever he's got pointed at his head, it looks like a gun, perhaps.
Maybe, or is that like a bit of mask on a stick?
Oh, you know what? That could be actually.
I guess. Meanwhile, it's got the columns or the hall, the Emerald City kind of hallway stuff. By the way, Emerald City imagery, in some of the ones to come, starts getting much more ish. Much more ish. I don't know how to. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but there's something like about the aesthetic of it.
What the hell?
Yeah, right. Oh God.
She looks like the chick from Evil Dead.
Oh yeah. I can't remember her name. Was it Laura? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He looks like a football player, the one dude.
What?
What the what the hell?
What are you talking
Tin Man
about? I see nothing wrong here.
The Tin Man looks like super friggin' psychotic. His eyes are purple. He's got like this like smile going on where you can only see like 3 of his top teeth.
Yeah, that's pretty
like, he's almost happy that they're going to be dragging her into the woods to do something bad.
Let's see what's going on over here.
Oh yeah, he's blind and psychotic.
Or he's looking up that way at something. Yeah. It's really strange.
Uh-huh.
Some slightly out of frame person over here, and then oh wow. There's like a literal like half and half thing going on there. Like if you well, I could do this with my hand and block out the part of the face that's fleshy, but I can't do that with anything else. Like I don't have a picture of something I can just hold in front of that, but you can see that like there's a separation there.
Uh-huh.
That's very interesting. And then meanwhile over here it's just half the face. Yeah. And then finally
That's so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Because he almost got like a Marge Simpson thing going on here.
Oh yeah, like a little beehive,
Yep.
little miniature beehive. Bright orange, or not bright orange, but like reddish orange.
And a
These.
little brown toward the bottom.
So why has the computer decided that Mike Myers' hair is this particular shade of reddish orange? I don't know. I could not tell you. I have no idea why. But it's interesting.
It definitely is.
All right, then we have a whole bunch of Wizard of Oz stuff to come. I just put the Wizard of Oz 1939 psychedelic. And that's it. Because now I'm moving away from the putting the monsters, and I just want to see how it's going to translate what I said. So there's the first one.
Okay, it seems like they want these two guys to have like more robotic bodies.
Well, it's almost like this that it's
Sorry.
it's almost like this head belongs over here.
It does.
Like it's because the color scheme is closer to like there's some weird crossover going on here. Also, some weird drippiness going on. I'm not sure what that is, and some weird roundedness happening with that. So there's that.
That is very creepy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's actually a really good Judy Garland.
That is.
And this is like almost a Boris Karloff kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, like kind of like a ghoul type deal.
Maybe some of the lion over here.
Mm-hmm. Cousin It.
And then like the right amount of fingers, pretty much. If that's a thumb. See, that would be a thumb, wouldn't it? Inside the hand. Yes, it would be a thumb. Yeah. Ooh. Like see the background there.
So you got the scarecrow, and then you got the lion.
I guess. Which one's
going
which?
bald.
Which one? Oh, is this one the lion?
Yeah, that one's the lion right there.
Because the scarecrow's got the hat, but this is also
right.
Yeah, okay.
But it looks like first of all, it looks like the Wolfman is going bald.
What is that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's going bald.
I were king of the forest. And then I'm not sure who that is. That's not Judy Garland, but there's that one.
No, but it's a right representation of it.
Sure.
Okay, so you got Santa Claus.
Which one's Santa Claus? Oh, I see. Yeah.
You got some dude that looks like he's playing Dorothy.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
You got some weird looking chick who's playing the Scarecrow. I mean, not Scarecrow, the Tin Man.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's all kinds of messed up, by the way.
Oh, God, yeah. What's going on with all that?
It's like, yeah.
Lord.
He's John Carpentering the Thing out on us here because you guys got the screwed up hand, and then you got the lion.
I guess.
With the Scarecrow hat.
Yeah.
With no face.
See, I told you it was going to get weird. As if it hadn't already been weird, but it's getting weird.
Whatever the hell that thing is behind him, and of course, yeah,
Dorothy in pink.
Dorothy in pink looks like she's got one eye closed, one eye open.
Yeah, she looks like she's kind of like, I'm not sure about this.
And then you got that lion scarecrow looking thing over there.
It's like we got two Tin Men or something. Meanwhile, this one's like melting in a weird way.
Yes. And he's smiling that he's melting.
And he's smiling that he's melting. Well, that's like Glinda, I guess. It's also like Dorothy. I like the landscapes are like bendy and kind of trippy.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Yeah, there's something screwed up about her face, dude. Like she slid across the pavement or something like that, and They decided to get rid of the lion and the scarecrow.
What's going on with the legs and feet there?
Oh, they look like peg legs.
Something. This one's like a paddle.
Wooden spoon that I use to stir my gravy.
Yeah.
And then they decided just to get rid of the lion and scarecrow altogether and just have whatever that thing is right there.
See, now I found that this is a reoccurring thing is trying to get all four people into one thing is difficult. It's purple.
Yes, it is.
Very purple. She's wearing green. This is like your Tin Man and your lion in one thing. This is like your scarecrow and your witch in another thing. Kind of. And also just not. It's just, yeah. Who's this guy? It's like Lex Luthor in the Land of Oz.
Or some type of Martian.
Yeah. My Uncle Martian.
Don't know who the hell.
My favorite Martian, that's what it is. It's like not quite a dog, not quite a fox, and I don't know why she's got the witch hat. But they've given her the Dorothy hair and the dress. Like there's things that are consistent, which is,
yes,
again, like from what I've said from last time, it's like it's just as interesting what it doesn't get right or what it does get right. It's a strange mixture of these things. So I'm seeing
that's the thing right there.
Yeah. There's like a scarecrowish kind of thing hand here. There is definitely a Tin Man aesthetic, and then I'm not sure about his head there. And she looks kind of
Not well.
Not well. And there's her basket with guess what would be Toto in there. Oops, let me go. Can't really. Yeah, it's the side of the pictures. Can't really make it out.
Heads on backwards.
Oh yeah, basically, kinda something. That's what it feels like. Their shoulders feel kind of messed up. I don't know why. He's these three types of. I don't know why he's got stripes. It's like, oh, you know what? It probably okay. Now this is a weird theory, but what if it's okay? So I'm Tin Man costume, and then part of the yellow dress, and then also part of the blue dress on top of that. But yellow and blue is green, so now we've got this green bit here. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like part of me, part of you, and then we're taking this too, but we can't get the color right. Also, it looks vaguely like zucchini. Or what do they call them in Britain?
Not sure.
I call them
zucchini.
Courgettes. Or maybe courgettes. I think it's courgettes. Like, I learned that eggplants are called aubergines over there.
It's a weird name for that.
I mean, is it? We call them eggplants. They have different words for things. I just never figured. I didn't think about like it'd be like if they called carrots something else. Like, but I think they call them carrots. We should ask Davian sometime.
We should.
I think Davian would get a kick out of this stuff. It's too bad that because right now when we're recording, it would be like 6 a.m. for him or something. So.
Yeah, there's a huge time frame.
It's like 8 hours
time
for
difference. Me. Yep.
Look at this face. Look, strange. And then almost. I mean, what do you think of this stuff?
This is very bizarre and funny, and creepy, and he looks like he's on drugs.
He looks pretty happy.
Not that guy. The cousin it looking dude.
The Wookiee blow up doll.
That's right. Maybe it's his Wookiee blow up doll.
Meanwhile, not Oops, not Judy Garland, but
Nope.
but not bad looking.
No, they got the concept.
Yeah, yeah. I like the stuff like this where it starts going off in the and starts focusing more on the landscapes than the people in it. I mean, what the hell? I guess this is a shadow of maybe that because there's some pointedness there and pointedness there. And if we zoom in on the Emerald City, it's just the buildings are all messed up. Huh?
What the hell is that thing right there?
What, this?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do I know? Who can tell what that is? Who knows? It's I don't know. It's got like old yellow fly wings. Maybe it's part bell. Maybe it's a flower. Right? It's not. It's not clear. But it is fitting more of the stipulations of psychedelic art, certainly.
Very trippy.
Hmm.
Okay.
So red face. Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
You got that right, man.
Huh. Well, Yellow Brick Road, sure.
Yeah.
Looks
like her arm got chopped off.
It does. As you get up in here, it looks like there's like
people looking at
like people with their hands outstretched, kind of like over here, and then also on this other side is a.
And that thing that looks like straight ahead of you.
I can't get the face in frame there. We can kind of see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, right.
You got the eyes, the mouth, the nose. It looks like.
Yeah,
it looks like it's looking up.
Mm-hmm.
And then straight ahead of you.
But this,
it looks like there's a dude in red pants and a white shirt. That's his hand, and he's like doing some type of weird dance.
Oh, okay. I was seeing more like a curtain, something like a red curtain. So there's that.
Trying to morph the lion and the Tin Man in this case.
Mm-hmm. So that's the last one in the series of the psychedelics. Then we have psychedelic in the style of Pixar, supposedly. Which it doesn't. It seems to be like Pixar might be too abstract for it. But like, ooh, that seems to like mess up its shapes even more. Like,
yeah, it does.
It's kind of rounding things and making them glossy in some kind of way, or maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see. Okay. Did I leave on? Oh, I also left in psychedelic as a stipulation too. So it's really here. Okay. Slightly different art style.
Yeah. Two
Dorothys, maybe. Like maybe one's Dorothy and one's Susan. Like the Emerald City here is kind of interesting looking. And then there's a guy hanging out over here. I'm not sure what that is. This is like an album cover. And there's actually a couple in here that I like this one a lot, actually. I don't know what this is at the bottom here. It could be Toto, I suppose. But it's abstract enough that it doesn't matter. I mean, this literally looks like an album cover and they just cut off the top of it here. But that city is pretty cool looking. And there's like more city or something there. I'm not sure. Maybe Two Suns. Maybe it's, who knows what that is. And then that. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh,
that's bad.
Oh, Sloth Love Chunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like you got a Tin Man with a mustache.
Sure. Is that what that is? And then Dorothy's
all screwed up.
Yeah. That's
And looks like you got steampunk Tin Man over there.
Yeah, his two sides of his face are distinct from each other in a specific way. That's an interesting take on that. And that's those. And this one I just said, The Wizard of Oz 1939 psychedelic Pixar, to see if I could narrow it down a bit, as if I was putting in too many things to give it to think about. And it still kind of ended up giving me almost the same type of stuff. I like the rainbow and the weird kind of portalness to it, but there's also this sort of archway aesthetic, which is what, you definitely see in the movie. It's like a mirror on the wall situation. I don't know what's up with that, but I like the shapes and I like the color schemes because it still suggests pretty much what I want. Not Pixar-y, like it's having real trouble figuring out what Pixar is as far as like what I want there. Oh, here the Tin Man is just
Played by Tommy Lee Jones.
sure, and then we got not sure who that is as Dorothy, and then we got moving on.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh God, oh dear, oh what's that?
Yeah, some type of deformed dog-looking thing, demon-looking, whatever the hell that is, and
it's vaguely tardigrade. Like those things that are, the multi-legged microscopic critters.
Yes.
Yeah. It's got oof. And then again, there's like a Tin Man sort of, well, can't you decide who's got the pointed hat? Because apparently there's just too many pointed hats in The Wizard of Oz for it to figure out who is who with the pointed hat. It's probably because they gave the Tin Man a pointed hat and the witch a pointed hat. And
yeah, definitely demon quality.
But like also the leg here, it's like you can't decide if it's got a solid leg or
that looks like a hoof.
A hoof. I really like whatever the hell this is as far as like an element goes. I mean, it's creepy, don't get me wrong, but I like that it's there. And I was like, Dorothy's like, yeah, just whatever. I mean, who knows what's going on with her hands? I don't even know what to say about that. And then finally of this set, got two pointed hats and then a bit of a point on its head, sort of.
Whatever that thing is.
It's like a nub. Like almost like it's a Teletubby, but like, oi. That is something else.
It almost looks like they're like she's pulling him in one direction. He's pulling this guy in the other direction.
It does.
Yep.
And then the guy in the middle is like, what does he want from me? Oh, sorry, it's a Goodfellas reference. Okay. So we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come right back, and then we'll have more of whatever the hell this is.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. All right. So when we last left off, we were looking at Wizard of Oz Psychedelic, and I added to the next one Psychedelic and Cell Shaded. So I wanted to see if it would give me something like cell shaded animation. And, I don't know.
I mean, kind of got a little accurate. I mean, except for the weird looking hat on the lion there, but
yeah, lion's got like a hat. And meanwhile, Dorothy's got like I mean, maybe it's a background element. We're still in the psychedelic territory. So there's a couple of these that I really think make great album covers, as I said before. Like, I think maybe not this one, but this is interesting. And also, like, it's so different than all the other things we've seen before. There's only one person in it. Well, we did see one with one person. We see a few more like this. Like this one. Like, you can't really figure out the yellow brick road. I mean, it's got two very descriptive words in it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I put yellow brick road, it's interesting to see what I came up with. But one would think that the yellow brick road is inexorably, intertwined with the concept of the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? These are neither yellow nor bricks. These might be stairs. Could be clay. Might be cobblestone. Could be red blood cells, for all we know. It's hard to say. Also, it looks like Prince Charming at the top there. I have no idea.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
This I like as an album cover, as an idea. I just don't know where the words would go, because I'd hate to, like, block it with anything. With this, I could put this as a print on like this would look interesting on something, on merch, you know? I think. I like the color scheme. And then also yellow bricks. No, it's got kind of bricks going on. It's got the red, black, and kind of gray brick aesthetic, but it's not yellow. It's yellow sky. I don't know. I mean, what? Clouds? I don't know. But it's cool. I think it's cool looking. There are the double points. So we've got 2 Tin Men, or at least we've got a Tin Man that is lion colored. Dorothy's in blue with a little weird like Charlie Chaplin mustache or something going on there.
Yeah.
Like George Bush Jr.
No, kind of like the face of Easter Island.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
And then whatever that weird thing is with the traffic cone on its head.
Right. Oh, hell. See, now we're getting into more like Salvador Dali kind of territory again, and yet it wasn't a descriptor. Like with these kind of like seaside kind of like, and then the squiggles, vague things. It
looks like a cat's paw.
Like, what makes this psychedelic? It's hard to say. It could be that things are melting and twisting, but it's like, and is that like a city? I don't know what that is. Yeah. It's weird.
I don't even know what to make of that.
Okay. Just them again. A lot of stuff with Dorothy and the Tin Man. Like that's a real kind of like
theme going on.
They seem to be the most. Yeah, the pairing is like the most consistent kind of thing where like it must be something to do with how iconic the Tin Man is.
Could be.
Oh, yeah, there they are again. It's like this cool kind of like rainbow background. I mean, this is like, I don't know how to describe these. These are like cutout elements. It's like almost like photo collage. This is like a Ken Russell kind of thing going on here. Huh.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that.
And then finally, oh, okay. There's that. So that was pretty much all the Wizard of Oz stuff. Now, let's see if I can find some stuff for you. Yes. I have a bunch of Cthulhu stuff that I put together. So
we here on Antisocial Show, of course, praise Cthulhu.
Indeed. So I started off trying to get stuff with Donald Trump and Cthulhu. And I didn't have a lot of luck with that specifically. So like there was a photograph of Donald Trump playing golf with Cthulhu. A photograph. I stipulated a photograph instead of a painting. And it really didn't give me what I wanted. But, it's trying. It's got this weird bent golf club here. It's got an approximation of a MAGA hat. I mean, it's still, the clubs are bent. There's something like it's doing well with like the idea of a golf landscape. Back in the suit again. Again with this might, I don't know if that's a bent club or if that's just the way that club looks. It doesn't look right, but things like this. So yeah, we're not seeing a lot of Cthulhu here, No,
not at all.
No, not at all. It's kind of disappointing. There's like, so far it's like, well, that's not even remotely close to what I would imagine it would be. So I decided to try it. It's saying Donald Trump playing golf with Cthulhu and make it slightly different prompt, seeing if that gave me the results I wanted. And again, so there's some tentacly sort of stuff going on there, kinda. I don't think it understands necessarily the idea of width in some cases.
No, not at all.
But like it's again, it's interesting. It is definitely not what I put in, but it is interesting. And then there's this one. Again, not so much the face, isn't really even Cthulhu. Like, not nary a tentacle to
No.
be seen.
Nope.
I mean, what's going on here? How? Oh, 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 Lord.
You have a jellyfish looking thing.
Now we have a jellyfish looking thing.
And it looks like there's a flag stuck in his head.
It does.
Or something popping out of his head.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it does. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty disturbing. All right. I mean,
that looks...
Go ahead.
Okay, so you got I don't even some redneck hillbilly in a yellow hat and whatever he's got going on with his mouth.
I guess. I don't know.
And then you got Evil Dead Trump over there in the corner.
Yeah. Evil Dead Trump.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. His eyes. He's got like the whole Evil Dead look going on there.
I don't understand what that. Now, this is the most interesting element. No, there's two elements here to me that are interesting. The not flames, but the extra texture on the long red tie is kind of interesting. And then, like, this looks like it's not. This doesn't look like a hand that's at the end of somebody's arm. This looks like a hand on a stick coming out of his pocket here.
Yeah,
maybe it goes with this idea of the stick in hand here, because it's having trouble, I think, getting an idea of what it looks like when somebody's got their hand around something. So there's that. And then, oh, well, hey, okay. Now, that would be cool if this looked like anything.
right.
Also, why has he got a golf club coming out of his side there? Why is there no golf club here? It's having, but the Cthulhu part is actually getting kind of interesting looking. Like, that's very much like a rubbery looking textured sort of thing. And then it sort of falls apart at the bottom here. Like, I mean, what is that green foot that's not, like, I mean, why that just makes it look like a cutout of a picture. Like, maybe like a cardboard standee of part of Cthulhu. But no, this is just like, I mean, there's nothing recognizable there, really. Like, even the red hat isn't, is. Anyway, so that's where that went. So wasn't having a lot of luck. And then let's see which one. Believe me, there will be more better Cthulhu stuff as we go on. More better. Much more better. Okay, so this is from Donald Trump Marries Cthulhu.
Is that why she's got 3 breasts and?
I mean, let's say. Meanwhile, she's saying the Willida Tor Willida Ray, and he's saying Thrum all Trump the Tio. I mean, it's funny.
It is funny and freaky.
And then, for some reason, you remember last week I was telling you, last time we did this, I was telling you how things get blurred sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that, whatever that is, that got blurred. That's the way it came. I don't know what, even at a distance, I can't tell what's going on there.
Mm-mm.
Then there's this one. Remember, this is Donald Trump Marries Cthulhu.
Okay, that's
starting to get some more, like, little things going in here. There's, oh God, what is going on with the mouth there, though? That is, I don't want to say what that looks like, but it's horrifying. And then there's like worms coming out of a collar, maybe? I don't know, but like this thing up here. That is probably the most Cthulhuoid thing so far. Yes. Aside from the big plasticky looking green thing we saw. But like,
baby Cthulhu.
Yeah, and again, this isn't a photograph, it's not stipulating. Now it's just going to give me whatever it can that fits Donald Trump Marries Cthulhu. Including Tranmida Thunkapa Chitund. Or Chitund. Part of Cthulhu here. Part of Cthulhu here. Trump test tentacles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. It's like how this melds from the jacket into the tentacles. It's pretty amazing. And then this weird cartoon here with 4 panels that doesn't appear to be saying anything at all. And
Nope.
no real Cthulhu, although there are, it looks like, I think, tentacles coming in there. And also doesn't really look like marrying or anything like that. So I'm really not sure why that was what that gave me. But then finally I decided to go with the wedding of Donald Trump and Cthulhu. This is when it's kind of, when I was looking back through stuff to put more things in later, I thought it would be interesting to start adding and Cthulhu to things. So that becomes important later. So here's the wedding of Donald Trump and Cthulhu. Better. I mean, ridiculous. But better.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's like stained glass window kind of stuff going on here. So, I don't know who that is.
He looks pissed.
He looks vaguely Picasso too. There's something going on with like the kind of like, the depth thing on it. So there's that one. And then there's this next one. Where's not, I mean, but there's like stuff going on in the background that's vaguely like Cthulhu going on in the as if it's happening during an apocalypse, in a Cthulhuid apocalypse.
And Trump looks like he's 80 years old.
Yeah, something going on there. And then also, I mean, I hate to say this, that looks like Hillary.
Yes, it does.
I mean, in the way that does and doesn't look like Trump, that also does and doesn't look like Hillary. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it suggests Trump, it suggests Hillary. The whoomp wooding rice just pouring out of something somewhere. And meanwhile, no Cthulhu, and it looks like hair curtains. I don't know, or it's just brown curtains. Maybe there's some greenery there that suggests that there's Cthulhu, but like nothing terribly Cthulhu here. And I know right about now you're thinking, Tyson, you're ripping me off. You told me there was going to be Cthulhu. I'm seeing some pretty terrible looking representations of what the hell is that?
It looks like Cthulhu, and it looks like looks like the Joker of some kind.
Looks like this face got eaten here.
Yep.
But then in the background there's
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, sure, yeah, okay, that's a little better. No, they get much more interesting. And then there's this one. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was amused by the results, but not incredibly impressed by them. Again, it's interesting, but it's not really what I put in. Okay, so then I decided to try Cthulhu in the style of Walt Disney's Fantasia 1940. All right. Oh.
Okay.
Now we're getting somewhere. All right. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one.
Pretty badass.
It's red. But, hey, who says
it's doable?
Who says Cthulhu has to be green?
Sure.
Whoa. So now we're looking at like 1940s Disney style art that never existed before.
Until now.
Yeah. Like, it looks like there's somebody signed their work there, but that's not real. That's just not, I don't know. Like the cloudy plumes kind of going on here, and then the stark kind of like dark edges around there, the shading. Very nice. Huh?
That's really cool.
Yeah, pink really makes it pop. God, it's like, yeah, sort of wings. The wings also sort of have tentacles. So it understands Cthulhu a lot better than it understands some other things, apparently. Like, it gets what Cthulhu is, which is interesting. It's much more interesting. Like, remember before how it's like, we're not sure this thing knows what Cthulhu is when it was trying to put it into stuff with Donald Trump? No, it definitely knew what Cthulhu was. I don't know why it was having such a trouble reconciling it. So there's that. Thoughts?
It's cute, actually.
Okay. This one's red and green.
That's wicked.
Yeah, those tentacles are really well textured.
Yes, they are.
Or strangely textured also. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to go black and white for some reason, but I like it.
Okay. It's kind of got like dragon wings.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Like, come at me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, even these wings seem to have like eyes and tentacles here. And there's wing with eye and tentacles. It's like that's like there's nothing about Cthulhu that isn't disturbing. Yeah. This one actually almost put its name in there. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Like it's almost there. There's almost a C there. Kind of an H, sort of. There is sort of an H in this shape here. So actually, if you go like that, and CH should be CTH though. I think CTH. Well, UL. Well, how do I have it spelled here? CTHULHU. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Cthulhu. Oh, is that it? Oh, that was the last one of the Disney's Fantasia one. What did you think of those?
I like those.
Yeah, they got their. I think they had more going on for them than the previous attempts. Okay, let's see. Okay, so just for fun, I decided to put Golfing with Cthulhu. So I took Donald Trump out of it, and I just wanted to see what it would look like if what Golfing with Cthulhu would come up as. And it gave me like a printed shirt kind of Cthulhu art, which is odd. But like, I mean, it's like graffiti or something, It's This one, nothing at all, except for some vague kind of bends and strange kind of things that, extra balls here, not sure. Can't get the golf clubs right, which is interesting. Another one that looks like it's a decal on a shirt, which is weird because if this were on shirt material, these parts would be bending as well. It's interesting. Is that the last one of those? Oh, that is the last one. So that was what I got from Golfing with Cthulhu. It's a short run. Then put in neon. Okay, Cthulhu, neon lights, realistic. All right. That's the first one. So they gave me Cthulhu made of neon lights and also neon lights. Not really realistic.
No, but still cool.
Yeah. This one, however. Well,
I wouldn't even know what to make of that.
It's pretty symmetrical for something, Like look in spots like these. Like the design of it. Except in here. It's symmetrical where it's interesting where it is symmetrical and where it isn't. That looks like somebody's at-home beer sign.
Yes.
It's kind of cool. Wouldn't you like one of those?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, have like a Cthulhu neon sign for the wall. Get it at Spencer's Gifts. I'm surprised they don't make one of those. They probably do. See, now that's also pretty cool. That's also
that is cool.
What do you want? Come at me, bro. Or he's like, let's dance.
Come at me.
Could be let's dance.
I don't know.
It's doing the Macarena.
Yeah. Hey, Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
That one looks like Dr. Zweiberg on Futurama.
Oh, sure. It is interesting how it's using the light, because it's definitely giving the idea of the light on the surface there. So this would be in total darkness except for this. Also pretty symmetrical, except in little bits here and there. Yeah, also neon sign. And then this one. So, you know, it kind of got the idea of neon lights and Cthulhu pretty well. There's 2 more of these. That's pretty cool.
That is.
That might look good on a print of some sort. Doesn't even matter what it's called, but like, yeah, like I could put that on a coffee mug, maybe. T-shirt, perhaps. That's interesting. That one's pretty interesting. So that's Cthulhu's neon lights. And then, okay, so it didn't really understand Unreal Engine. It didn't really understand Saturday Night Fever. But it did understand in the style of dogs playing poker. Like, do you know the famous painting of dogs playing poker? And it's been
I used to have a reprint.
Perfect. So then it's something you're very familiar with visually.
Yep.
Good. That helps. First of 10.
That's pretty wicked.
Yeah, it's not quite there, but it's still interesting. It suggests more of a roulette table, maybe. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's there. Oh, well, that looks like a dog skull, Cthulhu-shaped dog skull,
sitting on a Cthulhu chair.
Sitting on a Cthulhu chair. Like wow. All right. That's Cthulhu sitting on a chair the wrong way around, it looks like. And we've got a 2 of
diamonds.
Somethings. A little unhappy ghost there, maybe. Decanter. What the heck is this? No idea.
Right on.
Okay, we're getting there. There's dogs sitting around a table at least, or dog-ish things. I wonder if this is just like horrifying to some people. Like
that would be fantastic.
There've got to be some people out there that are just really hating this. Or who would if they were watching it, I should say. It's funny. All right.
It is funny.
Cthulhu in the Thanduatis. That's kind of cool. It looks like a shield with like a Cthulhu thing going on. It's not really dogs playing poker though.
Nope. Kind of got that Ramsteinish.
And this is like Cthulhu is standing behind a counter selling like
coffee.
Sure. This is your barista. Cthulhu the pool. Cthulhu the poo.
Cthulhu
the poo. Cthulhu the poo. And we got Cthulhu. And it's still not really dogs playing poker, unfortunately. But, you know, it's okay, that's interesting. Okay. That's interesting.
That is.
That's pretty cool. And then finally got that one. So yeah, I didn't really understand that exactly. It doesn't seem, but then I made it more specific, and I said specifically Cthulhu in the style of dogs playing poker by Cassius Marcellus Coolidge, who is as people might know, was the person who painted Dogs Playing Poker. So I thought maybe that would narrow it down, giving an artist to work with, because that seemed to work really well with Hieronymus Bosch when I did that. Okay. All right.
Right on.
That's pretty interesting. They're still jacked up looking dogs, and then Cthulhu's kind of on the side of the air, like, "Hey, I'm here too."
He's over there too.
I love the square windows. You know, something very cool about that. Okay. Well, no dogs, but now we're like, what's this game? The one with the what's that called? Texas Hold'em.
Yes.
All right, there's dogs and cards and Cthulhu. There's a consistency in style, more or less. There's actually a couple different Cthulhus there. And then the dog's head just sort of floating on the table there, which is disturbing. All right, then we got the Chui. Mm-hmm. And we've got...
Now that's pretty wicked.
That one? You like that? It's actually got poker
I
chips
like
there.
that one.
Okay, cool.
I like that one.
Good. That one. That kind of looks like a Star Wars version of Cthulhu.
It does.
Like a New Hope tentacle mask. It's no dogs, but the style of that's pretty cool. I like the little guy here, and that there's a little thing there.
And it's got like random arms over there.
Oh yeah, there are kind of like random arms coming out of the table here, but still, a lot of good stuff there. Yeah, we're starting to, like, the dogs are starting to not be a thing anymore, really. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, and they're to scale now, because the dogs are like dog sized, and then Cthulhu's like a small Cthulhu size, because we know that Cthulhu is gigantic, but like,
except that dog looks like it has, like,
oh,
people hands.
it does. Oh no, excuse me. Go back there. Yeah, and there's just like hearts on the table that aren't cards. They're just card hearts just kind of on the table. This dog looks
psychotic.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Dog's playing poker, and then there's Cthulhu cards. That's fun. And that's the last ones of the ones where I specifically used the author's name. And then I decided to go to Drew Struzan. And then, yeah, I couldn't get to Dolly, so maybe we'll have to do Dolly next time. But, like, I'll try and get through some Drew Struzan stuff. So there's a Drew Struzan poster of Cthulhu. So I wanted something that looked like a movie poster. All right. So here's a few. Okay, there's 5 of these. So and that actually has an edge like a poster too, which is weird. It looks like a photograph of a poster.
That's pretty wicked.
Yeah, I like that one. And then there's this one. And now some of them are starting to have frames on them, which is interesting. But these actually do kind of look like old movie photos or movie posters, you know?
They do.
Like, that's pretty remarkable. And still stylistically very distinct from, like, the Disney stuff. So that's what it gave me with the first run of a Drew Struzan style posters. So then I moved to a Drew Struzan poster of Cthulhu, center frame, to see if it would help not give me something where Cthulhu's kind of outside of the frame. Like, you see Cthulhu's kind of like, not completely in there, but Cthulhu's pretty big. So why should he be all in one photo or one photo or painting? And it's like, it didn't really understand what I wanted, but it still gave me more cool Cthulhu stuff. Is that? Oh, look at that one. Oh, they've kind of focused something going on here, and then there's this little, like, also it looks like Etulha. Etulha Brute.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, that looks like Cthulhu is a wizard.
Yes, he does.
There's a lot of tentacles attached to this. This is a pretty cool one. Like, that looks like that should exist. That might be the last one of these types. Nope, there's one more after this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then this one.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. And then finally, we got 5 more left here in this run, and then I'll have to hold off on showing you the other stuff until next time. Okay, Drew Struzan poster of Cthulhu, center frame, square. Just to see if it would make a difference. I mean, it's still pretty cool, you know?
It is.
Look at this. These red eyes on the ends of the eyes. It's just so, again, very disturbing. But
It
also
is disturbing.
pretty symmetrical though, too. Like, in spots. And I like when there's symmetry, because like Cthulhu doesn't really scream symmetry. Yeah. Just massive tentacles and head and wing and stuff, There's that one. And then this one. Like the purple scheme, that's kind of like fleshy and stuff. I'm like, that looks like more like flesh with like red blood. That one's pretty cool. Like it's got the symbol around there. I don't even know what that is. It's something that looks like a symbol. That's pretty cool. And then finally, this one. Literally in a square frame.
Interesting.
On somebody's
wall.
On somebody's wall.
Yeah, but that's still pretty cool though for a wall.
Still pretty cool.
I mean, to be on somebody's wall.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
Oh, I like those. Those are fantastic.
Oh, good. So you want to do this again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll do it next week. Maybe we'll take a couple weeks and put one out, but we'll see. It depends on how long it takes for this one to go up. In the meantime, people can go to www.tysonsaner.com to find all the things that they can find there. Hunter, where can they find you?
Zombie Bacterium on Twitter.
Okay. And is Twitter like Twitter? Or is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so, well, that's about all the time we have for our Antisocial Show, or whatever this is, this non-sequential special part 2. I'm Tyson Saner.
And I'm Hunter Block. Stay haunted, my friends.
Be decent to each other.
Absolutely. Peace.
Peace. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good time, folks.